And they're off and racing. Mile and a half for the Kipco Champion Stakes, and Mukadram just being ridden a little more quietly, and FARHH it is who's moving forward with the pace-setting Hunter's Light to give Godolphin a hand in proceedings early on. Cirrus de Ziegler, wise to that, drops on the back of chief rival FARHH. In midfield, Hill Star is keen, throwing the head from side to side. So as they settle down, it's Hunter's Light who's cutting out the running. FARHH's quite exuberant in second place. The grey is Morandi, with Parish Hall posted 3 wide as they approach the turn. Cirrus de Ziegler racing on the outside of Triple Threat. Ruler of the World is being held 4 wide as they approach the turn by the keen Hill Star. Mukadram with his change of tactics is last of all, with main sequence on the inside. So out in front it's Hunter's Light who leads the turn by a length from FARHH as they now begin to climb, and the pace has steadied. They're well grouped. Morandi the grey in third, with in fourth place Triple Threat on the inside of Parish Hall. Cirrus de Ziegler poised in 6th place. Ruler of the World, who's had a tougher trip to this point, is in 7th. Main sequence, Mukadram asked to make a little bit of ground, relegates Hill Star to be the back marker. So they're continuing their climb uphill towards halfway. Hunter's Light by a length from FARHH racing in 2nd place. Morandi and Parish Hall race in 3rd and 4th ahead of Triple Threat. Cirrus de Ziegler in midfield with main sequence coming next. Ruler of the World towards the outside as lots of the jockeys just look for a little bit of clear passage. They're well bunched. Mukadram and towards the outside Hill Star. Hunter's Light leads the turn in. FARHH still racing exuberantly outside the leader in 2nd. Parish Hall creeps closer into 3rd place. Cirrus de Ziegler and Ruler of the World begin their challenges together. Also travelling well is the grey Morandi just behind the leaders. So turning in, Hunter's Light, FARHH just trying to stack them up before kicking for home. Cirrus de Ziegler shadowing his rival into the race, tongue lolling out Parish Hall, then towards the outside Ruler of the World. Hunter's Light's taken FARHH beautifully into the race. Cirrus de Ziegler's got a couple of lengths to find, then Ruler of the World. It's FARHH, the lock-inch winner from Cirrus de Ziegler, the previous Champion Stakes winner, and a Derby winner. Ruler of the World on the outside. The Champion Stakes is up for grabs. FARHH, Cirrus de Ziegler and Ruler of the World. FARHH by a neck. Cirrus de Ziegler at this stage can't get by. FARHH all out will win the Champion Stakes. FARHH beating to 2nd place Cirrus de Ziegler. And they're off and racing for the Kipco Champion Stakes, and early on Noble Mission is encouraged into the lead. Keep an eye on Cirrus de Ziegler from wider out. Christophe Soumillon is pressing forward, just trying to get behind Al-Kazim early on. Pether's Moon and Ruler of the World just trying to hold Cirrus de Ziegler deep. Sheikh Zayed Road is off the back end. So as they prepare already to swing at the far end of the racecourse, Noble Mission leads by a length from Al-Kazim. Cirrus de Ziegler has a little bit of cover on the outside with Ruler of the World in 3rd place, just ahead of Cirrus de Ziegler. Then Pether's Moon on the rails is Free Eagle early on ahead of Western Hymn. Then Arad and Sheikh Zayed Road is at the rear of the field. So they're already swinging right-handed. 3 furlongs behind them. Noble Mission stretching on out in front from Ruler of the World, who disputes 2nd place with Al-Kazim. Cirrus de Ziegler still held 3 wide with Free Eagle up the rails, and between the pair Pether's Moon. Arad comes next alongside Western Hymn as they pass the 6, with Sheikh Zayed Road at the tail of the field. So it's Noble Mission leading by just over a length or so from Ruler of the World, and then in 3rd place on the outside Al-Kazim. Cirrus de Ziegler making a little bit of ground but is still wide on the track from Pether's Moon, then Free Eagle. Behind these Western Hymn, then Arad and Sheikh Zayed Road. Noble Mission still racing exuberantly on the front end as they enter the final half mile. Al-Kazim and Ruler of the World poised. Cirrus de Ziegler circles them. Free Eagle on the rails with Pether's Moon. Western Hymn tries to improve. Noble Mission bidding to emulate Frankel, passes the 3 out in front. Ruler of the World is pushed along. Al-Kazim travelling really strongly. Cirrus de Ziegler under quite a bit of pressure. Pether's Moon's path was blocked, then Free Eagle. It is out in front, Noble Mission, with Al-Kazim hunting down the leader. Cirrus de Ziegler's paddling back in the field. Free Eagle trying to get organised and launch a challenge at the front pair. Noble Mission on the far side. Al-Kazim on the near side. Free Eagle is trying to breach the gap. Has 3 lengths to find. Noble Mission digging in. Al-Kazim drawing alongside. Head for head. The Champion Stakes in the balance. Noble Mission clinging on narrowly. Noble Mission from Al-Kazim. All out. Noble Mission. Noble Mission has won the Champion Stakes. A punch of the air. Lady Cecil and James Doyle, Frankel's full brother, follows in his hoof prints. Al-Kazim in 2nd place. Free Eagle 3rd. Behind these Western Hymn, Sheikh Zayed Road, and today just not the day for Cirrus de Ziegler. So they're all set for the Kipco Champion Stakes. They're sent on their way. 10 furlongs the trip. Jack Hobbs just chased up early to see where he's going to slot in. Out wide, Maverick Wave racing solo at the moment. Jack Hobbs is going forward. Air Pilot moving forward. And also the Corsican in company with Vadamos. So sweeping in front of the field, Maverick Wave. William Buick trying to get onto that horse's quarters on Jack Hobbs with Air Pilot, Vadamos, and up the inside the Corsican as they make the turn. Racing History in 6th place. Palace Prince just ahead of the grey Sumbal as they prepare now to take the turn at the far end. Dropping to midfield, we have Sumbal with Vadamos just ahead of that one now, moving up into about 3rd place Racing Keenly. Ribbons is towards the back with Tullius. Found is the overall back marker, and also held up is Lightning Spear. So Maverick Wave trying to break this field apart, and Jack Hobbs has made the rail from that wide out gate and is the closest pursuer. Vadamos not giving Jack Hobbs too much racing advantage in 3rd place with the Corsican and Air Pilot. Palace Prince lit up on the outside of Racing History's white cap. Then behind these Fascinating Rock, Sumbal comes next. Ribbons has about 3 behind. Found is the overall back marker, just preceded by Tullius and Lightning Spear. Maverick Wave, Jack Hobbs in 2nd place, breezing along in the all blue with the blue cap. Then Vadamos racing on the outside of the Corsican. 5th for Air Pilot as they make the turn, and Maverick Wave has done his job perfectly. Towed Jack Hobbs into the race, who's half a length away with William Buick poised to press the button. In 3rd place, Vadamos on the outside of the Corsican, who peels off to have a crack. Then behind these Racing History, Vadamos, Palace Prince down the outside. Jack Hobbs now moves to the front, pricks his ears, has a looks around. The Corsican in 2nd place, Racing History, Air Pilot. Behind these Fascinating Rock trying to come with a run. Also Ribbons, Jack Hobbs idling a little bit out in front. Fascinating Rock throwing down a challenge. Air Pilot as well. Then the Corsican. Jack Hobbs besieged now by rivals, and Fascinating Rock has moved to the front. Fascinating Rock from Jack Hobbs, found right from the back of the field, is coming with the last challenge, but Fascinating Rock for the upset in the Kipco Champion Stakes. Wins for Pat Smullen and Dermot Weld.
And they're off. Gabriel is steadied on leaving the stalls. Almanzor wasn't the fastest away and is being taken off the running rail to recover some of that ground that was lost. The early pace setters include the red cap of Maverick Wave, but it is a steady early race pace here, with towards the outside Racing History. Several are very fired up as a result. Mid-term, the Grey Gatsby's danger of being posted 4 wide into the turn. Then US Army Ranger on the inside running rail. Almanzor keeping the options open, moved 1 off the rail. Found has done well to get over from that wide out gate on the outside of My Dreamboat. Jack Hobbs is settled towards the rear of the field, and Gabriel is last of all. So despite the fact Jack Hobbs is at the back, the 2 pace setters not setting an overly brisk gallop at the moment. Maverick Wave out in front with US Army Ranger, and towards the outside Racing History, and the pace very much yet to pick up, falling over themselves in midfield slightly. Mid-term in 4th with Almanzor in the light blue colours. The Grey Gatsby covers up the French Derby winner. Found tries to move forward with My Dreamboat. Jack Hobbs won from the tail with Gabriel, as now Maverick Wave is just asked to stretch as they steadily climb away from Swinley Bottom. So heading down towards the halfway stage of the Kipco Champion Stakes. Maverick Wave out in front, the red cap. Racing History, the white cap. US Army Ranger, the all dark jacket on the rails. Almanzor has been forced back to the fence on the inside of Midterm and the Grey Gatsby. Found and Jack Hobbs wide into the straight with My Dreamboat and Gabriel at the tail. They are well packed as they make the turn with 3 furlongs to travel in the Kipco Champion Stakes. Maverick Wave begins now to try and increase the pace, covered by Racing History. US Army Ranger Almanzor angling off the rail is alongside Found, as the Grey Gatsby and Racing History are the first 2 to commit. Almanzor still held together by Sumion. Found towards the outside, then US Army Ranger, the Kipco Champion Stakes, and that title is up for grabs. Almanzor in the pale blue. Found is trying to reel him in, but it's Almanzor once again repelling Found. There is no doubt he is a champion. Almanzor, what a season for Jean-Claude Rouget and Christophe Sumion.
Lined up. And away they go, and Highland Reel jumps out alertly to the outside in the purple and white jacket worn by Ryan Moore, out there wide with the grey Success Days as they race through the first furlong on their way to Swinley Bottom in the 2017 Group 1 Kipco Champion Stakes. Maverick Wave is back in 3rd in the white cap, then Cracksman and Frankie Dettori in 4th in a red cap just to the outside of Cliffs of Moher. Back then to Poet's Word as they now race into Swinley Bottom bottom, passing the mile marker. Back in the field, Barney Roy, Recoletos, Bramato and Desert Encounter is the back marker. Success Days taking them along at what looks to be a brisk gallop from Highland Reel on his outside, seeking better ground, going very wide here. Ryan Moore on Highland Reel, and this has worked before, going under the trees on the outside. Maverick Wave is back in third. In fourth is Cracksman. Poet's Word on the outside of Cliffs of Moher, then Recoletos, Barney Roy, Bramato creeping up the inside now, and finally Desert Encounter. So some daring tactics here as they enter the final 5 furlongs. Highland Reel on the wide outside. On the inside is Success Days. In between the Maverick Wave. 3 lengths into Cracksman. Poet's Word behind these from Cliffs of Moher. Bramato, Recoletos, Barney Roy and Desert Encounter still held up. Now Highland Reel is cutting across to go up and join Success Days and Maverick Wave, but Frankie is well poised here on Cracksman as they pass the 3 furlong marker and now entering the home straight, and Cracksman is given the office and allowed to use his giant stride, chased by Poet's Word. Highland Reel on the outside. Success Days. Bramato is running on. Cracksman the one to catch in, the champion. 2 lengths, 3 lengths clear of Poet's Word. Recoletos is staying on well, but Cracksman looks relentless here. Cracksman opening up 4-5 lengths clear as they race up towards the line. Cracksman going further away from the field in the style of the mighty Frankham, and here is a champion. Cracksman wins the champion in fantastic style. Poet's Word on the far side second, just ahead of Highland Reel, and Recoletos back in fourth. And they're away, and Frankie just wakes Cracksman up leaving the stalls, and he responds pretty willingly, and his prominent early Capri going up, a Maverick Wave on the inside as they race down the hill into Swinley Bottom. Maverick Wave, Capri, Cracksman in the red cap in third. In fourth is Crystal Ocean. A little bit of argy-bargy early on. Verbal Dexterity on the outside of Rhododendron. Then the Czech Republic Raider behind the Subway Dancer, and Monarch's Glen is held up at the back of the field. Maverick Wave by a length and a half to Capri in second. Crystal Ocean is third. Frankie just nudging Cracksman along there as they run out of Swinley Bottom in fourth place. Then 2.5 lengths away to Verbal Dexterity on the outside of the filly Rhododendron, and Subway Dancer and Monarch's Glen is travelling comfortably towards the rear. Maverick Wave by a length to Capri. Crystal Ocean is third, and then Cracksman inside the final 6 furlongs. They're on their way towards the 5 in the Champion Stakes. Monarch's Glen driving up the inside of Rhododendron, then Verbal Dexterity and Subway Dancer. So still inside the 5 now. It's still Maverick Wave out in front from Capri the Grey in second place, Ryan Moore. Then in third is Crystal Ocean, the King George runner-up. Cracksman, last year's winner, just fourth in the red cap. Frankie Dettori as they now approach the turn into the home straight. Verbal Dexterity, Monarch's Glen round the inside, and then Rhododendron and Subway Dancer. They're beginning to stretch now. Maverick Wave a half length to Capri, Crystal Ocean. Cracksman now being asked to go up and join these as they enter the home straight. In behind, Monarch's Glen is searching for racing room. Cracksman now charging down the outside of Maverick Wave. Crystal Ocean on the far side and Capri, and Cracksman takes it up, and it looks a pretty decisive move, and Cracksman begins to open right away here again at Ascot, and Cracksman goes 4 lengths clear, 5 lengths clear of Crystal Ocean. Running up blinder is Subway Dancer, but they're not going to catch Cracksman. He's absolutely relentless. It's 7-8 lengths clear. Frankie saluting the crowd. A second Champion Stakes, and what a champion he is. In second, Crystal Ocean. A brilliant run from Subway Dancer in third, and Capri in fourth. They're ready to go, and they're off. I Can Fly dwells a little, leaving the starting stalls. Away strongly Addeybb towards the inside. Also Happy Power in the noseband. Wider out, getting across now is Regal Reality to grab the overall advantage. Magical is handy in the purple cap towards the outside. Out wide pulling hard is Pondus, just out wide and behind Coronet. And then Addeybb. Deirdre is getting plenty of cover on the inside. And Medaille is weighted with today under restraint, running down the hill with on the inside of her I Can Fly. Regal Reality and Jim Crowley by a length to the favourite Magical in second place. Foxtel is third on the inside as they swing Swinley Bottom, followed by Addeybb and Deirdre for Japan. Then behind those is Coronet as they now run uphill towards the home turn, a long run to the home turn. Pondus is out wide towards the back, white-capped I Can Fly, and Medaille still held on to. Regal Reality the inside of Magical as they make their way now towards the 5 furlong marker in the Kipco Champion Stakes. Regal Reality by a length and a half to Magical, a length and a half further back to Foxtel, then Addeybb and Coronet. Pondus on the outside, Deirdre the rail, I Can Fly and Medaille, who'd only be about 7 lengths off the lead entering the final half mile. Regal Reality has led all the way, but they're beginning to queue up to mount challenges, headed by Magical in second place. Addeybb getting closer in the yellow jacket, Foxtel round the inside, then Coronet and Deirdre right round the inner, just shifting off the back of Foxtel now as they swing the corner. Regal Reality, Magical is well poised there in second place. Foxtel, Addeybb, then Deirdre's off the inside now. Coronet, he says go on Magical on the outside of Regal Reality. Foxtel gets up the rail, Magical strikes the front from Foxtel. Here's Addeybb putting in a sterling run up wide. Deirdre's got plenty to find. Magical from Addeybb inside the final furlong. Magical by 3/4 of a length to Addeybb, who's trying hard. Then Foxtel, but Magical as tough as they come, and Magical is going to cling on and win the Champion Stakes and a second win on Champions Day. Addeybb in second, tight for third between Foxtel and Deirdre. And they're away. Racing in the Kipco Champion Stakes, Addeybb ridden forward on the outside of Mishriff in the early stages. Magical seeking a good position as well. Serpentine is also pushed forward, so the pace looking fairly honest into the bottom bend, and Serpentine leads the way to Addeybb. Then Mishriff in the maroon jacket, Magical in fourth place. The grey Scaletti towards the inside, followed by Extra Elusive and Japan. Lord North is a little wider just ahead of Japan, and then Pile Driver and Desert Encounter at the back of the field. So swinging round Swinley Bottom, Serpentine out in front as he was at Epsom back in June, where he blazed the trail across Epsom Downs to win the Derby. He leads the way here at Ascot by 3/4 of a length to Addeybb. Scaletti is third on the inside of Mishriff. Then Magical, last year's winner, in fifth place from Lord North, and they're followed by Japan on the inside. Maybe the pace has slackened a little bit. Back in the field, Pile Driver, Extra Elusive and Desert Encounter inside the final 3/4 of a mile. Serpentine leads the way, and there's a William Buick, shadowed all the way by Addeybb and Tom Marquand, and they are tracked by Mishriff, with Scaletti towards the inside, Pierre Charles Boudot, then Magical and Ryan Moore, and Lord North and James Doyle. Further back is Japan and Pile Driver and Extra Elusive and Desert Encounter, as now they race past the 4 furlong marker. Serpentine pressing on again from Addeybb in second. Back in third, Scaletti on the inside, Mishriff, Magical locked away on the inside there. Lord North is moving up. They're followed by Japan, Pile Driver being asked a few questions from Extra Elusive and Desert Encounter into the home straight, and Serpentine leads the way. There's a big gap for the grey Scaletti. Addeybb is challenging, so too Mishriff. Magical now finding a way through, or trying to find a way through, as Addeybb strikes the front from Scaletti. Then Serpentine, Magical, Mishriff is back behind these, and it's Addeybb that leads the way approaching the final furlong. Addeybb pulls 2 lengths clear. Scaletti is trying to rally in second place. Magical now into the clear in third, but it's looking too late, and Addeybb, who floats across soft ground, Addeybb coming away to win the Champion Stakes in the hands of Tom Marquand. Scaletti second, Magical back in third, and Serpentine was fourth. Addeybb a bit jumpety in the gate, didn't get away too well. Yukon Glen jumped out well, but Paul Mulrennan wants to drop in, and going forward is Addeybb on the inside from Fox's Tails. Addeybb recovering on the outside and now goes into second place. Mishriff is a handy fourth, well positioned on the inside from Sealiway, and then McSweeney followed on the inside in the blue and white striped cap by Al Arzi, and towards the rear Yukon Glen and Dubai Honour. Running into Swinley Bottom, and Addeybb on his third appearance in the champion, the winner last year. From in second, Addeybb. Fox's Tails is third. They're followed then by Sealiway. Mishriff is back in fifth place from Max Sweeney. And then Al Arzi, Dubai Honour and Yukon Glen. They emerge out of Swinley Bottom, racing uphill now towards the 6 furlong marker, and they're pretty well stretched out, with Addeybb pressing on with Addeybb for company. They're followed by Fox's Tails on the inside of Sealiway, and then Mishriff is just tracking the leaders. David Egan just moving off the inside now to ensure a clear run, followed by on the inside Al Arzi, the inside of Max Sweeney, and then Dubai Honour and Yukon Glen at the back of the field. They're out now racing towards the final half mile. Addeybb and Addeybb, these two go stride for stride. Addeybb is powering up on the outside of Addeybb. And then in third is Sealiway, travelling really strongly. Mishrif is on the move as well. It's set fair as they race into the final turn with less than 3 furlongs left to cover, and Addeybb makes his bid for glory. It's Addeybb by 2 lengths to Sealiway. Mishrif charging down the outside now from Addeybb. Then Dubai Honour and McSweeney. Addeybb is joined by Sealiway. Mishrif is trying to join in, almost 3 in a line. Out wide Dubai Honour, staying on, hanging in to McSweeney. Sealiway, Mishrif, Dubai Honour looks a big threat with the big charge down the outside. Sealiway wandering a little. Dubai Honour is attacking on the near side. Sealiway and Dubai Honour. Dubai Honour trying hard, but Sealiway will not be denied, and Sealiway for France wins the Champion Stakes after his 5th in the arc. Dubai Honour 2nd, McSweeney 3rd, and Mishrif back in 4th. And they're off. Baaeed on the inside in the blue, white epaulet, stripe cap, Jim Crowley. He's on the inside of the field. The others are just spurning the inside rail at the moment. Jim is inching a little bit in behind Baybridge, wants to get off the rail, doesn't want to get boxed in. It's Stone Age that leads from Royal Champion. Baybridge is 3rd, then My Prospero. Out wide is Addeybb, wide of Baaeed, and then Dubai Honour from Helvic Dream and McSweeney at the back of the field as they cover the first quarter mile, running down into Swinley Bottom, swinging right-handed, and it's Stone Age and Ryan Moore that takes them along. From Royal Champion in 2nd, Baybridge is 3rd, My Prospero, Yellow Jacket in 4th place, then Addeybb in 5th, the long odds-on favourite Baaeed on the inside in 6th place, just ahead of last year's runner-up Dubai Honour, and then Helvic Dream, and at the back of the field is McSweeney. They're racing on towards the 5 furlong marker on the halfway stage. Stone Age by a length, 2 in 2nd, Royal Champion. Baybridge is a close-up 3rd, travelling well from My Prospero. Addeybb behind these, then Baaeed still being held on to, followed by Dubai Honour on the outside, Helvic Dream, and finally McSweeney. Very soon they'll be running into the home turn. They're inside the final half mile. So Stone Age leads the way by a length or so. Baybridge going up the inside and still travels notably well as Royal Champion comes under pressure. Addeybb rushing round runners and joining in. Then on the heels of them now and switching out wide is Baaeed, but being held in by Dubai Honour at the moment. Addeybb might have got first run on Baybridge and My Prospero. Baaeed is out after them. Jim Crowley's having to push him along. They race inside the final 2. Addeybb from Baybridge on the far side. Baaeed down the outside is beginning to close now as they race up the hill inside the final fill, and My Prospero battling on. Baybridge and Addeybb. Out wide is Baaeed. He needs to find more. My Prospero battling as well. Is Baybridge fending off Addeybb. Baybridge from Addeybb, and Baybridge has won the champion. Tight second between Addeybb and on the outside My Prospero, and Baaeed is beaten. He finished 4th.